I'm Mike Murr, the administrator for the Transportation Service Bureau. We offer long-term lease and short-term rental vehicles for state agencies to use to support their missions. Well, prior to the e-log solution, agencies would fill out a paper travel log. Each trip was tracked, and then those were collected, reviewed, and submitted to TSB once a month. The electronic travel log solution, as we're calling it, the e-log, that came about from feedback we received from our customers about the inconvenience and kind of pain points of submitting the paper travel log.
It was determined that this was a pretty inefficient model, right, using the paper logs. And so as a result of that, the first thing we did was kind of get process improvement team involved.
I'm Jason Frazier. I'm the State Fleet Service Manager. It's my responsibility to ensure the safety and reliability of the state's fleet. Through the process improvement sessions, it was determined that an electronic travel log using a GPS system would be the most efficient way to make that improvement and see those savings to the state and the taxpayers.
So we implemented this program late of 2019. So we started to upfit all of our fleet with the GPS units.
The GPS system collects data through the GPS satellites that we have, and it collects through a very small unit which is mounted in the vehicle, under the dash, out of sight, and doesn't become a cumbersome thing for the driver. Collects that data 100 times a second, and then transmits that data through cell service once a minute to our server, that then we can collect that and build that electronic travel log.
On the electronic application, those logs are disseminated, I should say, to the agencies once a month for their review. Nothing else has to be done with those. It's really just a one quick shot overview of what the travel looked like for the month. Vehicles are spread out all over the state, right? And once a month, those travel logs need to be reviewed and submitted to TSB. Very inefficient process. In the electronic travel log process, we are actually creating that travel log and having it available within the next day. So as a result of this process, and through process mapping, we were able to determine that through the GPS application, once the TSB fleet is fully implemented, we estimate a time savings to our customers of about 19,000 hours a year as a result of this e-program.
For our customers, this has been a big improvement because it has eliminated the need for them to fill out that travel log every time they travel, and they do not have to submit anything to the Transportation Service Bureau. In fact, the Transportation Service Bureau puts together the electronic log and sends that back to the agency for their review at the end of every month. With the implementation of the GPS, we've actually seen some improvement in safety to our drivers, as we are able to locate exactly where they are in the case of a breakdown somewhere out in rural Nebraska with an individual who's unfamiliar with the area and is struggling to tell us where they are so we can get help to them. We can locate them with the GPS and get help directly to them much quicker than we could in the past. Through the data that is collected in the GPS system, we can look at fuel usage, we can look at idle time, and ensure that we are using the state fleet the most efficient way that we can and save those tax dollars.